Chapter 1, The Army of the Devil. Beloved, the army of the devil is well organized. They are members of the Air Force, commanded by Urano, who is the primal god of the heavens. His Roman equivalent was Kelos. According to ancient Greek literature, Uranos, who is the prince of air, was the husband of Gaia. In the army of Satan there is also the ground force that is ruled by the siren Demeter and the siren Persephone. The naval force of the army of Satan is ruled by Neptune. We know that God is in the third heaven, but the space and the second heaven is ruled by the prince of air. This place is where many prayer and blessing are confiscated. The prince of air has set up a cosmic barrier in the firmament in order to stop prayer. The cosmogonic barriers stopped many prayers. The kingdom of heaven requires determination and violence. If you fail to confess your sin, your prayer may be stopped in space by principality in the second heaven. Daniel was in fasting and prayer, but the prince of Persia stopped his prayer. Your prayer must pierce the second heaven in order to reach the throne of God. In the second heaven there is a powerful principality called the Queen of Heaven. This space siren is Mary Marguella. She is above Uranus, the primal god of the heavens. She is the siren of space and the most powerful woman and siren. People call her Our Lady, the Blessed Virgin Mary, the Mother of God. I was attending her meeting in the sun. Beloved, the Bible say, I have given you every place where the sole of your foot will tread, just as I promised to Moses. Beloved, when you are a Christian and you moved in a new house, a new compound or a new quarter, you must take possession of the land and the place where you have moved in. In case you fail to possess the place, the compound and the new area, we had the ability to attack you from the under-earth. The subterranean world is controlled by the princess Demeter and Persephone that ruled the underworld. In Greek mythology, Demeter is the goddess of agriculture, harvest, growth, and nourishment. Believers must learn to take possession of the land. When you moved in a house you have to take possession, because the foundation is beneath the ground, and the territory beneath the ground is controlled by the mermaid Demeter. I was attacking pastors standing on the pulpit from the under-earth. The naval kingdom of the devil is ruled by Neptune, who is the master of the oceans and the sea. I used to see this principality in Black Sabbath and Satanic Gathering with Lucifer. Neptune was the name that ancient Romans God gave to the Greek god of the sea and earthquakes, Poseidon. The second master of the oceans is Leviathan, who reside in the ocean. Then we have the queen of the coast of the Atlantic Ocean, who is proliferating sexual immorality. She ruled many sirens and serpent men. Many sirens are in Whirlpool. I remember one day we were traveling in Lower Congo province, but as we were approaching the bridge over the lake, I noticed that our lorry was moving in unexplained speed. We no longer had control over it, yet there were many of our workers and many of our goods in the lorry. We were in danger. Immediately I instructed the 90 demons that were my bodyguard to guide the lorry to the bridge because the road was in bad condition. When the car reached the bridge we stopped. I was suspicious. When I went out of the car I decided to summon the mermaid that was ruling and dominating that lake in order to talk to her. I began by establishing a telepathic communication with her. As I was summoning her she rose from the water. When she rose out of water I noticed that she was extremely beautiful, and she was shining. She had angelic beauty. When she saw me she asked me, "Who are you? And why have you called me?" I said, "I am the ambassador for Central Africa." When I introduced myself to her she began to laugh intensely. It was an infernal laugh, called Mephistopheles laugh. I said to her, "I am talking to you but you are laughing like this." She said to me, "Claude, whatever your level you are just a man and I am a spirit." She said to me, "Claude, I wanted to kill you but I pity you. I even enter your lorry and I destroy the brake and everything. I wanted to capture all of you including the good of your father but I pity you. If you think I am lying ask your bodyguard." When I asked the 90 demons that were with me if this was the case, they said, "Master, she came to kill you but we protected you." I was surprised that I could not see that mermaid as she came to attack me. She was surely higher than me in terms of power. We were debating and arguing. I tried to strike her with magnetic force but she was shielded, and she laughed at me. Then she asked me to join her in the water in order to visit her world underwater. but I was scared she may capture my soul because she is stronger in the water. I asked her to come away from water, but she refused because the more she is far from water the weak she is. She said to me, she give power to men of God and businessmen. As we were talking, she asked me to start a relationship with her. I say to her that I already had a fiancé. She said, I know you are engaged but you are not yet married. She said, if you accept my condition you will just have to avoid terrestrial woman. Then I saw the mermaid moving the bridge away from its location, including our car. Many of the accident that was happening in this lake and bridge were caused by this mermaid. She had the ability to remove the whole bridge, yet natural men and driver won't be able to see that the bridge was displaced. They would continue to see the bridge even though it is already removed. As a result there will be accident. The siren removed the bridge and held it in the hand. She asked me, do you want me to cast the bridge including your lorry in the water? At the moment I beg her not to do it, but as we were talking I saw a lorry coming. There were Christians in that lorry singing song of praise. I noticed that their car was surrounded by flames of fire. Then the siren alerted me about this lorry that was surrounded by fire. She said our enemy are coming. The siren still had the bridge in her hand, but when she saw Christian coming she put back the bridge in its location, and she went back in the water to avoid the flame of these Christians. Chapter 2 My Initiation. I was a student and teacher of magic in the night. I taught parapsychology, and I study many forms of magic. A witch is a man who practice magic of traditional tendency. A magician is a man who practice magic of intellectual tendency. I was a practitioner of magic and parapsychology. It was after I came up with the policy of spreading witchcraft among the children that the Dark World invited me to attend the Black Mass in the Satanic World. A Black Mass is a nocturnal meeting held in the presence of Satan according to popular tradition. When the day I was supposed to travel to the parallel world arrived, I joined my master the pastor at his place around midnight. The later did magic prayer, and thanks to a flying carpet we travels to the bank of the Arabian Sea in order to travel to the mysterious world. After reciting magic prayer, a portal opened in the water and we traveled to the satanic and supernatural world under the Red Sea, a satanic civilization underwater. This fantastic and magic kingdom is one of the residents of the devil. When we arrive in this kingdom I saw my photo in this world underwater, and I wonder how did my photo got here. Beloved, you must understand that the moment you visit a charlatan or when you attend an occultic church, your data and photo is in the kingdom of Satan. I did this journey with my master to attend the gathering of Satan called the Black Sabbath, which is a nocturnal gathering of witches and Satanists. According to popular tradition happen in the presence of Satan. Witches that were attending this gathering were international witches. Normally witches meet on Monday, Wednesday and Friday, but Saturday is the Black Sabbath and the devil consume more than 2,000 souls on Saturday. The devil is the imitator, in truth Jesus is the Lord of Sabbath. There are two powers ruling the world, Rosicrucianism and Freemason. There is a sect in Freemason called Illuminati that is ruling world politics. When we arrived in the satanic world, I was received by the angel Hindu Sankara, who is a close associate of the devil, who told us to hurry because the leader of the dark world was about to enter the auditorium. Quickly we enter a technologically advanced amphitheater and state-of-the-art auditorium. The kingdom of Satan is more advanced and more sophisticated than human civilization. I saw a mass of people. I saw great personalities such as Michael Jackson, the Pope, our president. I saw the high class of human society. I saw politician, musical celebrity and aristocratic and ecclesiastic leaders in this satanic meeting. That is why you should never envy people in this world. The great people in the world are in covenant with Satan. They have sold their souls to Satan for money. Suddenly I saw a 20-years-old young man entering the state-of-the-art auditorium. This 20-years-old white man was the devil himself, the prince of this world. In the dark world he is called Brahma, Tetragrammaton, Samadhi of Two Heart, the general administrator Felix. Notice, when Lucifer entered the auditorium he took seat, then the assistants sat down. Afterward his close associate the fallen angel Nabam began to lead the meeting. Nabam is a dangerous god who is opposed to every living thing on the earth. Nabam led the meeting, inviting the new arrival by turn to step forward and sign blood covenant with Satan. When it was my turn, Nabam said to the assistants, "I am calling the young man who came up with the policy of propagating and initiating children in witchcraft." Then he called my name. I stepped forward and I signed blood covenant with Satan. On that day I signed the pact of blood in the parchment. I had to sign above a coffin that was in the parchment. Below this coffin there were three implications in case I break this pact of blood. I would either go mad, or I would be paralyzed, or I would die by accident. These were the consequences of treason. As a result of signing this covenant, I was appointed as the Central Africa Ambassador 006. The devil gave me 92 demons for protection and assignment. Every time I was to attend Black Sabbath on Saturday, I was supposed to come with my offering like all these Satanists. I had a bottle that was supposed to be filled with human blood. I was installing in the street and in public place trap, and people were dying. Every Saturday in Black Sabbath I was traveling with a bottle of blood, which is the wine and the fuel of the dark world. My plane needed 35 liters of human blood, which is fuel of the world of Satan. I was given tools for destruction and an invisible craft for international movement. When I signed the blood covenant with the devil, the latter hugged me and welcomed me. He said, "Beloved brother, I am happy to welcome you. We are in war and I am looking for soldier and brave man like you." When I looked at the devil, who had the appearance of a 20-year-old white man, I saw that his eyes were shining like the eyes of a dog in the night. However, when I signed this pact with Satan, he took away my fertility and I could not give children. On that day I swore fidelity to Satan as the absolute master. It was only when I came to Christ that I was able to have children. When I began to work for Satan, I built a bond and a good relationship with his wife, the goddess Maya. I collaborated with the goddess Maya, the wife of Lucifer, who was sang by the musician Franco. In fact, everyone who listened to that secular music was bewitched. As a result, years of his lives were slashed. One day in a weekend I was heading to a popular bar in the city with a friend who was a wrestler. Thank God that bar today is a church. When we arrived at the bar, I saw a car that was parked outside the bar. When I looked carefully, I saw that it was Lucifer's car that was parked there. It was a Mercedes. You remember I talk about the design of this car in Germany under the supervision of the goddess Athena, who is the foremost scientist of the dark world. I attended a meeting in Germany organized by the Princess Athena concerning technology and the design of cars that are popular on the earth. This Mercedes that was parked outside the bar was a car with physical eyes but with spiritual eyes. It was a coffin. Many cars that are in the street are coffin. Do not envy the things of this world. If God opened your eyes to see the cars that you envy in the street, you will be shocked and you will tremble. You will see coffin in the boulevard and crawling human skeleton. The Princess Athena is designing cars that are coffin, human skeleton. When I saw Lucifer Mercedes around this bar, I noticed the presence of his bodyguard, the god Nabam, who is also his close associate. Note that Lucifer always move with three bodyguards that are the god Nabam, the god Hercules, and the god Santa Barbara. When Nabam saw me, he greeted me and he informed me that the master Lucifer was inside the bar relaxing. When I entered the bar with my friend, I saw a 20-year-old young man. He was Western and he was drinking. The 20-year-old young man was sitting in front of a big table. When I entered this bar, there was eye contact between me and this young man who was Lucifer, the leader of the dark world. I noticed that there were 3 men and 3 women on his left and on his right. On their table there were a lot of beers and drinks. I approached the young man who was the devil, and I knelt before him. The 3 women and men who were drinking with Lucifer, including my friend the wrestler, complained when they saw me kneeling down before the young man. They could not know that the 20-year-old young man was the devil himself. When my friend saw me kneeling before the devil, he said to me, "Claude, rise up, we can punish him if he dare." While my friend the wrestler was talking, the devil said to me, "Ambassador, are you all right?" I said, "I am fine, master." He said to me, "Give me the soul of your friend who is making noise." I tried to beg the devil to have mercy on him. He said to me, "Ambassador, if you resist you will die in his place." Immediately I gave him the identity of my friend. The devil said to me, "I will not kill him, but I am taking away his fertility and his children." Beloved, Even today my friend is still barren. He has no child. One day I told him what happened on that day in that bar, but he refused to accept what I was telling him, yet he is still barren. When you do not have Christ in your life, you are not safe. Then the devil pulled out a pack of money and he gave it to me. He said, "Ambassador, take it and enjoy yourself." I went with my friend and we sat down and we began to drink. My friend was still complaining why I knelt down before that young man. While the music was playing, the DJ was praising the young man for his spending. He could not know that this white man was the devil himself. Then I saw the devil doing a sign in order to signal to me to come. I came and knelt before him, but he asked me to stand up. Then he said to me, "Ambassador, it is time to dance." He then said to people drinking with him, "Everybody on the piste for dance." Brother, we must understand that world music industries is in the hand of the devil. He was a musician in heaven. His demons and fallen angel are composer of songs, and they invent dance that are prevailing on the earth. While we were dancing, the devil asked me, "Ambassador, who will you eat among these young men and women?" I said to him, "Master, I prefer to eat the two young ladies because they are big." These people that were drinking with the devil did not know that the young man was Satan who was planning to devour them. Your adversary, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, seeking someone to devour. This incident was happening on a Saturday. Like I said, Saturday is the Black Sabbath in the infernal world of Lucifer, the Pandemonium, and there was supposed to be a black mass on that Saturday. When the music ended, the devil said to me, "Ambassador, do not miss the weekly meeting in the Pandemonium." When the dancing in this bar had finished, I saw the devil holding hand with the 3 young women and the 3 young men. They went out to his car that was in reality a coffin. These innocent souls that were the prey of the devil were without Jesus. When they all went outside, I saw the devil removing the cover of the coffin, which was the Mercedes with physical eyes, and then they entered in this Mercedes. These people were taken to the interdimensional world of Satan as captives. The devil walked the earth physically every Saturday, and consumed the soul of 2,000 people. Actually, in the Black Sabbath meeting no one come late because every Satanist is provided with an invisible plane or a flying carpet. The fuel for these interdimensional craft are human blood. I was turning into an insect and biting people in order to get blood and fill my reserve. On that day when it was midnight, I undressed and I drew a pentagram. I made a circle inside the pentagram. I enter inside this circle that was inside the pentagram. As a result, I landed in the kingdom of Lucifer, the Pandemonium. Note that the 5-pointed pentagram represent the 5 continent. When I arrive in the Pandemonium, quickly I joined the assistants in the main amphitheater. In this meeting we debated how to make the Bible powerless, how to stop Christian from praying, how to get them to slacken in prayer and Bible reading. After the meeting we all went to the banquet hall for dining. While I was dining, Lucifer called me to join him on the table because it was eating time. When I joined him on the table, I noticed our president who was with the devil on the table. I also noticed the former Satanist Bakajeka. In the world of Satan, often our president was presiding the meeting. Sometime it was the Pope, who is the representative of Satan on the earth. In my first meeting in the fantastic and magical world of Satan, I saw people like Michael Jackson, the Pope, David Copperfield. On that day I was on the table with the devil and our president Mobutu. Our president was working with the god Zeus, the god of war. That is why he was talking with that voice. In the spirit world, Zeus is married to Hera, who deal with marriage. These days the Siren Hera mission is the destruction of men of God marriages.